What is up, guys? It's Mr. Deity, and welcome to part 5 of the guide. Part 5 of the guide, our goals are clearing Golem 13 for the first time. We're going to use a story team for it. Clearing Banshee 13 for the first time. We're going to do the same thing, and clearing as far into Chapter 3 as we can, along with a little side quest along the way. So we always start these with our summons, so let's do our daily summons. One thing I do want to harp on right away is if you did open a side story banner, always make sure to try to finish that banner before it runs out. So if you look here, we are now 15 away from finishing it. I will do the original or final 5 summons real quick, and we'll do our event summons, and then we'll get into the video. But I want to make sure if you guys ever open a side story banner, you need to finish it. If you ever start summoning on a banner, ooh, that's good. If you ever start summoning on a banner, always finish it. So if you have to go refresh some Skystones to get some bookmarks, that's fine. If you are at the very end and there's only a couple hours left, go and do that. It's okay. Like right here, if I were to spend Skystones to finish it, I'm only spending 950 or less if I stop refresh for it. So just try again to spend as few Skystones as possible when following along with my guide, and your account will be overall better the less amount that you spend. Okay, let's do our 2 Moonlight summons from this. And 3-star and another 3-star. Okay, and then now we have our 5 summons, but we also have these as well. So do your normal daily routine for everything. If you look at the day 2 video, it has a daily routine. Go in and do all of that. I want you to make sure, okay, we got some kind of 5-star here. What did we get? An artifact. Maybe we get more 5-stars though. Okay, I don't think I'll be using that. That's fine. But hey, that is something. Now let's go ahead and do our 5 summons here. Now with the dash pass, let's go in, make sure you're doing your dash pass things every single day. We're going to be going over what we're taking from that. Let's go ahead and grab this. Horado, we didn't have one of him yet. Elson, we did get an ML 5-star, and oh, that's 2 ML 5s 2 days in a row. Okay, who said these summons are rigged? Oh, please be Landy. Oh, Tywin, that's still really good. That is still really, really good. Okay, that's 2 5-stars in 2 days. Okay, if you're watching this, this is way above normal luck. Okay, all my other accounts, this is the blessed account for summoning, which means the gear is going to roll bad. Okay, our account is seeded for summon luck. Okay, but we're also pitying our first story summons. I don't know. Maybe it's a 50-50 account, but hey, that's 2 Moonlight 5s back-to-back days on this account. That's really, really cool. Okay, I always like doing these at the beginning of the video so you guys can see my summons and know what all the characters on my account are and where they came from. And that is our current thing. We have our Commander Pavel, and now we have Ambitious Tywin as well. Okay, and we have Knockwall, Janua. This account's looking pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and pause or stop the video for a second. I'm going to come back, and we're going to get into the guide. I do have to go do a little grinding before we get into everything, but this is, I already covered what we're going to be going over, but I'll try to make it a shorter version of the guide today. Okay, guys, now we are on part 5 of the guide. This is going to be our 5th day login, so if you have not logged in 5 days already, it's fine just to be playing ahead, but I'm going to be going over each day as one of the parts of the guide, so I'm going to go ahead and claim my rewards here. I get a couple extra bookmarks. The first thing I want you to do is if you opened a story summon, I want you guys to be making sure you are finishing that story summon. So let's go ahead and see how close we are before the timer runs out. I'm doing this on day 5, just as a quick reminder, so I need, I believe it's 11 summons. Yeah, it's 11 summons. So I'm going to teach you real quick about shop refreshing. This is where you spend your Skystones as a player. Okay, this is the most efficient place you can spend them. It does cost gold for your bookmarks, but for every 950, you should be getting about 12. As you see, there's already 1 bookmark there. So this is where you spend your Skystones. There's 2 bookmarks, and that was 12. That's not regular rates, okay, guys? But the reason you're doing this is, 1, the rates are higher. You should get around 12 for your 950 Skystones instead of the 10. As well as you will be getting Mystic Medals. Mystic Medals, this is one of the main ways you get them. Now, as a new player, we don't need to really be summoning it all, but this is for when you need to finish a banner, need a few bookmarks, you go in there and do that. And late game, whenever you are in your constant rotation of getting your Skystones from Arena weekly, you can grab them from there. So that's where you'll go spend your, always grab Skystones from your weekly arena, go spend them in there. You'll end up getting more bookmarks and Mystic Medals over the long term doing that. So let's go ahead and go and get our Asarius. So let's rip a 10 summon. That'll put us 1 away from pity. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I didn't pity her. That's a good thing, right? We didn't pity Asaria. We didn't pity Asaria. Okay, so what am I to pity? We got her on the summon before pity. So you have to, you saw I had 10 left. I did a 10 summon. That means, and I have 120 left here, meaning I got her on the 120th summon instead of the 121st summon. So technically, I did not pity her. That is hilarious. Okay, and now we're to this point while we're in this menu. Okay, I gotta do one more summon. I'm gonna go over the things again that I wanted you to complete yesterday. Actually, let's say the summon for tomorrow. So the things I want you to complete, obviously go and do your Epic Dash Pass daily missions. Okay, go in and do these. I do have these summons for tomorrow that we have checked out, so I need to do my daily covenant for today. But the day resets as I'm recording this next part of the guide. So for day 5, the first thing I want you guys to do is make sure you have finished your Raz specialty change. Okay, you need to be farming part 7, stage 7 of unrecorded history for him. So go ahead and go to recruit. Once you beat chapter 2, you'll unlock Rise of Specialty Change. We want to go ahead and do all these. Farming the runes, you do have the ability to pop one of these rune buffs, so you can go ahead, pop the 2-hour one. I farmed the full amount of runes. I used my 20 quick battles, and I farmed for about 30 minutes. That's all it took. So it's pretty quick. And then the unknowns, you farm from unrecorded history. This is going to give you stigma, some charms. It's the same as farming other unrecorded history stages, but it's stage 7. So just let that go. You'll finish this in about, this overall takes about an hour, and then just gift them the things. So then you go in and do the trial battle. The trial battle, you always just hit auto. Sometimes it does fail though on auto on the other characters. The next character we're going to be doing specialty change on is going to be our commander Lorena. So if you have Lorena, you all will have her. She was a connection character. We're going to be doing her, so we need to level her up to level 30. That's going to be, I'll try to remind you guys near the end of that guide to do that. But the main thing for today is, 1, make sure you finish your story summon. What we're going to be completing today is going to be beating Golem 13, and we're going to be beating Banshee 13 to get the rewards. Okay, that's the main goal of today. And then I want you guys starting on story 3, but I'm also going to give you a checklist of other things that are important to go complete along the way. So we're going to sit here for another couple seconds while we wait for Raz to beat up other Raz. It might take 2 more turns. All right. And please just kill. Please say this kills. I don't want to not kill here. Thank goodness. Okay, it's over. So now we have Raj's specialty change. I want to show you guys what to do for him. So whenever you first get Raj's specialty change, I'm going to show you why I don't recommend specialty changes very early to new players. Right now, it's not too bad because we have the rune buff, right? We have the rune buff for a new player event. So I do not mind showing off some of the other specialty change characters, but normally people tell you to get Angelic Montmorency at the very beginning of the game, and the amount of time it takes you to farm these runes is insane. You need, I think it's 400 runes to max out the character. So we're going to go in here to the skill tree. Whenever you specially change a character, they get an entire skill tree that's going to give them additional things. So as you see here, you boost this up with your things you just farmed, your runes, and you're going to be getting additional stats. So this one's going to increase the damage out. This one's going to increase HP. I'm going to do the minimum amount on Raz to clear all this. So this gives immunity to the back row attacker. And as you upgrade, as you see, once you get 9, you unlock the next tier. But if it has a bar here, that means you need to upgrade the first one to upgrade the second one. All right, so the next thing we want to do, that's effectiveness for allies, and that's effectiveness. I'm going to go ahead and increase the effectiveness here. And then these ones are going to be back row. This one's a good one to upgrade as well. And then the main thing we are focusing on, that we are going to be using Raz to one-shot one of the story bosses in the chapter 4 story boss. So I want you guys to all make sure you have your Raz to this part. Okay, Raz we're going to be able to use on multiple different kinds of things. The chance to increase combat readiness. Okay, all of this other stuff you can finish if you want. I'm not going to bother because Raz, the only place that we're going to use them are front tank for our green expedition, that one-shotting thing, and flexing him in over our other tank character for clearing other, like say Abyss and things like that. So the main specialty changes that are worth doing are going to be your Lorena and your Montmorency. Montmorency will be good for Labyrinth, and Lorena will be good for Abyss and Challenge Floor Abyss. Montmorency will also be good for Challenge Floor Abyss. I think a couple stages we do use her. Next up, the best characters are Carmen Rose if you need a light expedition damage dealer. Arrowell for PvP. Arrowell is honestly the next one that you should do alongside Lorena if you do have this character. But you need to level them up to stage 30 before you start them. Christie is also a viable option for new players. It gives you an additional tank that does pretty good job at what she needs to do. She gives the backline effect resistance to keep them from getting debuffed. So a good combo is Christie plus Bloodblade Corinne. This is a pack that you could buy if you would like, but that is going to be our Raz. Now, the next thing I want us to do is promote our Raz to 6-star. So we're going to have a full 6-star team from here. So we need to go to the Spirit Altar. I'm going to go ahead and grab 10 of these. Make sure you have changed your hunt challenges at the top before you go and grab anything. So go into here and then make sure your hunt challenge is going to be on the correct thing. That is very, very important. So if you look at your promotion, I can still get 9 more. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do 5 more right now. There's a bunch of different things we're going to be covering in this episode actually, but I'll try to do them all quick. So we'll go back to Force of Souls, and let's just do 5 more of them, and that should be enough to 6-star him. This is going to give us a full 6-star team, and then we are going to be using the potion that we got earlier from the Adventurous Path. I believe it's Adventurous Path or the Mologora Challenge mission, actually. It may be in here. We're going to be using that on our Tamarin. So a couple other things I told you guys to go ahead and finish up was I wanted you to clear all the way till we get the milestone in time, meaning you need to clear Abyss Floor 60. You can full auto it with the team that I've already built. I can go over the characters real quick, but once you get to this portion, we're going to claim all of these rewards. Just receive. You may have already received them. That's fine. We do get a couple summons. We get 50,000 stigma right here. That's half a 6-star, over half a 6-star character immediately. So this is where you're going to be getting a bunch of stigma. You get 100k early game from this, and we got some summons as well. Then we'll grab all this. We get a 5-star artifact, Bloody Rose, and then the other things there. So next up, we need to purchase a Book of Memories. Guys, the Book of Memories you need to purchase, just to be safe, go to your heroes, go to your recruit, click on your Tamarin. If you don't buy the proper Book of Memories with us, that means to get Tamarin, you have to spend 900 Sky Stones, okay? So click this, and it was the Bittersweet Desert Festival, which is at the top whenever you click. I don't know if it's at the top when you don't click to go in from that way, but we're going to go ahead and buy it, and we need to go through the side story, okay? The side story is long, annoying. It's one of the longer side stories, but it's very annoying. The gear you get from this, you can just lock it. You don't need to upgrade it now. I will show you the pieces that we may use. The necklace is pretty good. I believe the sword is okay. But you need to go through and just clear all of these missions. You get a bunch of different rewards, and you want to make sure you fully clear this because at the end you have to click Side Story Complete. Once you click Side Story Complete, then your Tamarin will be finished. So from right here, go ahead and finish through all of this, and then come back once you've done that, and we'll grab our Tamarin. I will show what we are working on next. Okay, guys, once you have finished up the Tamarin side story, you're going to go ahead and click Record Complete. So if you go into the side story, make sure you've claimed everything that you can. Okay, your reputation, make sure your quests are all done. Make sure you have everything you possibly can before you do this. I don't know if you can't even do it beforehand. We're going to go ahead and do Record Complete. We get a little Moonlight pet, which is cool, and then a background and stuff like that. But the main thing is now we get Tamarin. So, I'm dying. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and grab Tamarin. I can't redo what I just choked on there, but let's go ahead and finish her. And the next goal is we're going to 6-star our Tamarin, okay? So 6-star Tamarin fully booster, that is the next thing I want you to work on. I'm going to show you a couple things real quick along the way. So Tamarin, go find her, lock her, level her up. As you see, I don't have enough penguins. So to get enough penguins, we're going to go ahead and go into the penguin menu, and I'm going to show you that real quick. We're going to need to make a bunch of extra penguins, but you can use your potion on her. It doesn't matter how you use your potions as long as this character you're going to 6-star anyway. So we go in here, there's our Tamarin, bang. Now we have a 6-star Tamarin, so we have quite a few 6-stars at this point. But go into your penguin menu, and making penguins is very annoying, guys, okay? I have a hotkey on my emulator set up to spam penguins quickly, but we do need to do a lot of penguins at this point. So I'm just going to spam for a second. The reason we're doing a lot of penguins is you sell penguins. This is how you farm gold. So stigma farming is for your 6-stars and for getting gold. This is how you in-game farm gold really, really quickly. So as you saw, I was out of penguins right there. I'm going to show you how much gold you get for doing a batch of penguins. We started with like 170,000. We'll do 20, 30, 40,000, just depends. But the reason we're doing this is there is another Moonlight 5 character that you can get for free. So we're going to kind of talk about that today. So we're going to go in and just keep spamming this. If you guys don't have as much Sigma as me, that means you need to go farm unrecorded history, okay? Farm unrecorded history anytime you have the game open, maybe if you're not working on anything specifically, or if you're just working on something, clicking through characters, checking out different things, always have unrecorded history, stage 30, farming. Okay, by this point, we should all be easily able to do stage 30 very, very quickly, and just keep it going. I promise you will not overfarm it. You can't overfarm it. Even if you run out of leaves, you can use some Sky Stones. I am going to talk about using Sky Stones for energy. With my guide series, we usually end up using quite a few Sky Stones for energy to stabilize our accounts faster. All right, so we're going to do 2 more here. And you see we burned about 40,000. I think that was around 40,000 Sigma total. Now we're going to go in and finish leveling up our Tamarin, and then the rest of the penguins we're going to go ahead and sell. So our Raz, we do also need a 6-star. So I was talking about that earlier, but we're going to combine Spirit Balloons, 6-star him. That was another thing I didn't go back in after I made the things earlier. We're going to level him up to level 60. And then second, let's go ahead and level up our Tamarin to level 60. And we're going to sell all the leftover penguins. Okay, so this is how you sell penguins. I've shown this multiple times, but maybe if you've missed it up to this point, if you sell the 3-star penguins, you are going to be getting silver transmit stones. So that's a big deal. You need a lot of silver transmit stones to get your weekly rewards. So now go into this. So we just got 2.5 million, and if that was from 40,000 stigma, but we also used a bunch of those penguins to upgrade our characters. So without upgrading our characters, we would have just got is usually like 1 million gold for 10,000 stigma. I think that's a pretty safe number. You could say it's around 1 million gold for 10,000 stigma. Not bad. I mean, it's very, very quick to farm stigma. So we are going to fully awaken her and make sure your Raz is boosted up a little bit because he's going to be one of the core characters for the next thing we are doing real quick. And to do that, we're going to go back out. Actually, we're going to use our Destiny gear, so I'll show that in a second. But one thing I want to cover right now is going to be if you click on side story, once you beat chapter 2, you're unlocking the Moonlight Theater. So this Moonlight Theater is a way that a lot of people are going to get the on-banner Moonlight 5 character early. Okay, so if you look here, every single one of these stages you can go in and do and watch, but it costs these tickets to watch. Okay, but whenever you watch these first 29 episodes, it unlocks a second Moonlight Blessing to where you can pick a second Moonlight 5 from a list of heroes. I'll go over who we're picking for that. This part is annoying. Honestly, I probably won't talk about that until tomorrow, which one we're picking. But your goal is to watch as many of these as you can. You get 1 free watch per week. And then also, if you do end up getting any of these characters along the way, you can get a free ticket. So some of those are 4 stars. Some of you may have some free tickets you can grab. Make sure to grab those. But every single one of these that you watch, you get 50 Mystic Medals. So right here, that's 29 summons just from Chapter 1. Chapter 2, if you look at it, I can scroll over. Chapter 2 is just 6 missions, so that's 35 summons. Chapter 3 is going to be 7 plus 6 plus 2, so that's an extra 15. And then Chapter 4, you're looking at an extra 6 summons. And then Chapter 5, you're looking at another 6 summons. That's a fourth of a pity of a Moonlight character immediately. You're going to have a high chance of getting this. As a new player with all the stuff they have in the game currently, you get pretty dang close to being able to full pity a character in the first 2 months of playing the game. You might get to full pity in 2 months if you do all the things that give you free Mystic Medals, including Abyss, all of that. But it is very, very fast. So you heard me talk about watching the stories. You're like, oh, you can watch 1 free per week and then 1 free per ticket. But you're like, how do you do this if I only have 2 tickets? You click on the ticket up at the top and it will make up menu. Okay, so think about this. If you only get 1 per week free and you wait to do all free ones and have to watch 29 stories, that's 29 weeks, 27 weeks with what we have right now. 27 weeks, that's a lot of months. If you do this for free, it can take you a long time. So if any player that gets into the game, we want that Moonlight 5 as early as we could possibly get them because it's going to make our account stronger. You go in and you buy this. For the first Moonlight 5, I believe it is a $14 million endeavor. Okay? Costs a lot of gold, but if you saw how fast it is to farm gold with farming unrecorded history, it doesn't even make a difference on your account. Okay, so I'll buy another 5 tickets. So we in total need 28 tickets because the first one is free. So I need 28 tickets to watch all this, and then after you finish these ones, you could start doing all these ones for free, but you need to watch all of Fallen Lands. And I'm going to go ahead and show the reason we're doing this is you go into Hero, you go into Recruit, and if you look here, you have your first Moonlight Blessing. Once you finish this first Moonlight Blessing, the second Moonlight Blessing appears. So you finish this, you claim your character, and the second Moonlight Blessing appears. A lot of people are waiting to claim their first character, though, just in case with all these Moonlight summons, you end up getting a duplicate of that character. Say we get a Spectre Tenebria, we can then switch Spectre Tenebria for Arbiter Vildred, and end up getting 2 different characters that way. So it is a gamble to take them early, but I'm just going to take it early. If I get Specteni Imprint, it is what it is. It's not a big deal if you get a dupe. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. So what I just told you guys, though, is go ahead and go boost up your Tamarin, get your Tamarin boosted up, and if you can awaken your Raz as well, it's going to give him some extra stats. So try to 5-star awaken your Tamarin Raz. If you do 5-star or 6-star, if you want to go the extra and 6-star them, make sure you are going to your challenges. As you see here, I need 1 more 6-star character. But if you haven't done that in the Wyvern portion, you need to come here and look at your Awakening Stew. And if you've already done that and you've finished these, you don't want to 6-star awaken them for right now. It'll be fine without it. And we are going to be doing Banshee. We do need to do this. We are going to, I want you guys to go in and do this as well, but I'll talk about that again in a second. But do this, and then that'll open up another set of challenges, and we're going to get another gear set from that for our Tamarin. She'll have our own specialized gear set. But for right now, we're going to do things a little weird. Just follow along. First thing I want you to do, I'm going to pause the video here. Go and 5-star awaken your Tamarin and 5-star awaken your Raz. What I want you to do, I'm going to come back, I'm going to show gear, and I'm going to show beating Golem 13, and we're going to move to Banshee and beat Banshee 13. Okay, so I'll be back in just a second. Okay, now that you have 5-star weakened your Raz and done the specialty tree like I did, and you've gotten your Tamarin, what I want you to do is set your Tamarin on your team and have your Raz on your team. We're going to put Raz in the front now. Okay, so going into this, I want you guys to go and take your Raz on this free HP set. I want you to switch this artifact to Aureus if you have it. Hopefully you will have Aureus. If you do not have Aureus, other options would be Steadfast Gatekeeper, and then also Proof of Valor would work just fine. We'll all have Proof of Valor, been following the guide. So if you have Aureus, though, you want to put him on Aureus. This just keeps your team alive a lot better. So we're going to go ahead and level this up. Let's do plus 12. Plus 12 will be fine for now. I don't like going past plus 12 on early artifacts because if you get a great, then you end up wasting EXP experience, and we're going to end up limit breaking this to level it up to 30 over time. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we do want to upgrade his gear, okay? So this is going to be a big charm sink again for you guys. Hopefully you have the charms. If you don't, again, farming unrecorded history is going to give you the charms for this, and also farming labyrinth is going to give you charms for this. So farming labyrinth is going to give you the charms needed for your ring and necklaces. You go trade in your ancient coins for that. So right there, we just got all speed rolls. I don't really care about upgrading the sword, it's fine, but we do need to upgrade the ring. Minimum plus 12. We would like to go higher, but we may end up having to go higher. We'll see if we can clear it with this. But from right here, we'll go plus 12, and then let's see if we can do plus 15. Not quite, so we will have to go buy some charms. Next up, we have our Tamarin. Tamarin artifact. The best in slot artifact for your Tamarin for going through the game is going to be an artifact called Wondrous Potion Vial. As you see, I do not have it. So since we do not have it, Water's Origin is okay. It keeps her alive. Magahar's Tome is going to make her cycle turns faster. Eternus isn't great. Warhorn would be okay on her because it'll give you extra combat readiness push. So you could do Warhorn. For the sake of the guide, since I know we'll all have it, is just put Warhorn on her. It'll be fine. But if you have the 4-star artifact, Wondrous Potion Vial, slap that on her. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and throw this on. Again, I'm just going to boost this up to level 9 for this one, since it'll give us a little extra attack and give her some extra turns. Now back out of this, and what we're going to do is take our Destina gear. I know free gear removal is gone right now, so this will cost gold, which is super annoying. I'm sorry, I don't know why they removed free gear for new players for this event. It's really confusing. I think they're going to add it back after maintenance, so maybe when you guys are watching this, you won't have to worry about it. So as you see here, I have my Crozet. He is on this free plus 15 piece. We'll go ahead and use these plus 15 pieces instead of the other pieces, but we want speed boots on her. So here we go. This is basically fully maxed out, but on your support characters, having leveled up swords isn't a big deal. Going to plus 9 doesn't really hurt anything. By going past that on any support character, that's like a last ditch or like last thing that you want to do for that. Now we have our 2 damage dealers. We have our Tyria. Again, if you can 6-star Tyria, it will help you, but we want to go ahead and put our Daydream Jokers on our characters here. Daydream Joker is going to be what beats this for us, okay? Now, with doing the Daydream Jokers, let's go ahead and upgrade this one to try to get it another 3. So we have two Daydream Jokers. You want your bigger Daydream Joker in your Spectre Tibia. As you see, we don't really have the charms to upgrade this to plus 21, correct? Oh, we do. Okay, if you can take it to 21, good. Okay, so there we go. That means we're going to be getting an extra 0.2% damage, which is actually a lot when it goes off a full HP level 13 boss. So the reason we use Daydream Jokers is because it does HP scaling damage. And whenever you get to Hunt 13, those bosses have a ton of HP, meaning that this will give you higher damage, and that damage gets multiplied by your crit damage multiplier. Okay, so as you see, that's why crit damage necks are generally always the go-to, never attack necks. We'll go more over gear later in the guide, but the more crit damage you have on your PvE characters, including for Wyvern, any of the hunts, if you're going to be using Daydream Joker, you're going to be wanting to get the maximum crit damage you possibly can over attack. So you'll do more damage with crit damage mixed with Daydream Joker, and you would trying to go 5,000 attack with 200 crit damage versus going 3,800 attack with 280 crit damage. So crit damage multiplier is very, very important for PvE content. So now we have our team, we have our Tamarin, we have our Raz, and everything. What I want you to do from now is make sure you have the hunt challenge selected for Golem. Golem is harder than Wyvern, but it is very easy. I just beat it a couple days ago on stream. So once you're in here, we have all the stuff we can grab, and we have all the stuff we can grab, but none of this is going to really give me any progression at the current moment. But you can grab anything that you have that's golden, just go ahead and grab it out. Now, let's go beat it. So any of you that have been following the guide, you should have gotten to Golem 7 already to get that second gear set. If you've already done the Banshee to stage 7, that's fine. But go ahead and you should be able to full auto this up to about Golem 13. Okay, so full auto. If I have any problems, I'll stop the video. Or sorry, 12. Go to Golem 12, and once you're to Golem 12, I'm going to show you the strategy for beating it. You may have to do a little RNG, but whenever I did this on the main account, it was very, very easy. So, or on the not main account, but the stream guide account. This is a completely different account. Those of you that don't know, I'm playing 2 accounts right now. Okay, I'm doing the stream guide account, which I'm going through and making all the decisions we're going to be doing in this. So I'm min-maxing, trying to come up with a min-max day-by-day strategy for this, and that is why this is taking so long, is because I'm trying to do 2 accounts at one time. And I also have my main E7 account, and I also have other like things I have to do as a content creator. Okay, so I'm doing the best I can. Sorry these videos are a little bit slow, but hopefully I can try to eventually get caught up here. That's what the goal is right now. So go ahead, auto this. I'll meet you back when you get to Golem 12. Okay, so once you are to Golem 12, I'm actually going to sit here and beat Golem 13 for you guys to watch and see the strategy for beating it. And you apply this the same way to Golem 12. It's very, very simple. Golem 12 just was pretty easy to beat right there. So I do want you to go into Tamarin, and the only skill up we need to do on Tamarin is our skill 3. Okay, so get her 1 turn cooldown. Most support characters in the game, the only things you're Mologoring are especially PV characters. They're going to be Mologoring their skill cooldowns on their skills. So if they have a skill 2 or skill 3 with a skill cooldown, you go there. And then if they have an effect chance, you will Mola that as well. Okay, I've already gone over that a little bit, but we'll touch on it again. So the main thing is her skill 3. The skill 2 is good to Mologore as well. So if you do want to throw a couple into this, it's fine to. But we'll just throw 3 into this. This is usually all I do in my Tamarin is 3. And then occasionally I'll go up to this because once you get Friendship 10 on a character, they get 3 free Mologores for skill ups. That is the hearts right here. So whenever you get Friendship 10, you get a little extra boost on any character. And if you have a character already plus 15, then whenever you do the max Friendship on them, it will give you 3 Mologores back when you click their name. So any damage dealing character that you've already plus 15, you're going to get 3 Mologores back for when they hit Friendship 10, which is good. So there's a lot of really nice quality of life things in E7. That's one of them. Okay, let's go in and let's fight Golem 13 and get this done. I'll just walk you through the fight. That's why I'm 13. So we'll walk you through the fight. I'm going to pause the video right here just in case I have a run that goes bad, but just know that is possible. But I will be back in just a sec. Okay, so the Golem 13 run. Go ahead and I'll show you the strategy. So normally what I do going into it is you can abuse the first wave to try to generate souls. Your goal is to get as many souls as possible before or at a certain point in the fight, and then once your Raz lands defense break, you have to time up everything to where once he lands defense break, you just one-shot the boss. And it's the same idea with Banshee. It's very, very easy, but overall you just want as many souls as you could possibly gain from the first stages. We're not going to bother with that. I don't think we need to with the current gear the game gives us. It should be very, very easy. Sorry if the game volume is pretty loud. It's probably been pretty loud the whole video. I just realized. I turned it down a little bit. I didn't even think or check that. Okay, so going into this, I'm going to show you what to attack. So you see Raz defense break there. Raz only has a chance to defense break, okay? You want to make sure your Raz does have effectiveness. That's why we put him on the gear set that we did. But whenever you first get into this, your goal is building souls and staying alive. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. Every 5 times you hit the golem, it counterattacks you, defense breaks you, it puts you in a bad position. So you want to try not to attack the golem until it is time to kill it. And any damage you do, this little guy right here will just heal it back. So all of our early attacks are just going to be on this. During the first wave, a lot of times we will not skill 3 or Spectre Tenebria just so we don't accidentally hit the golem. Like right there, we didn't end up hitting the golem, so that's going to give it 1 stack. And then we hit it again, okay? So all that damage that we just did is not going to matter whatsoever. It's the bad part. But as you see, our team is already very defense broken, so we're just going to go ahead and keep attacking this mob here. And once, as you see, it's just fully healed. Okay, so let's go ahead and click our heal on our Tamarin. And then we just need to survive into another thing. Please don't hit golem. That's back-to-back golem hits. That is a bit unlucky. That's why you don't want to use your Spectre Cheeber skill 3 during the first wave. And also Tyria S2, almost never use it in this fight. So there are a couple different strategies for beating this. One of them is just all in this little mob right here, and then try to get him to a point where you kill it. And then that way you don't have to worry about any heals coming out. But we shouldn't need to do that. It's very hard to kill these, I'm not going to lie. It takes a very long time because they're not affected by Daydream Joker. So a lot of your damage, but as you see right now, our Spectre Cheeber is to a point where we have our skill 3 up, meaning she's only going to hit 1 target. So we can just go ahead and do that. One thing you can do is you can take your Raz and try to strip the attack break. So skill 1 has a 75% chance to strip. Sometimes stripping that attack break is really, really good, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Also, I'm not going to click skill 3 because it's not worth getting countered whenever we don't have Tamarin's cleanse at the ready. So one thing we can do here is use our skill 3. This generates more souls. Skill 3s always will generate more souls than a skill 1. So as you see there, our Spec 10 gets defense broken. That could be really bad for us. And the reason we're trying not to attack as much as possible is our Tamarin also has strip on her skill 1 here. We can strip that attack buff, so we don't have to hit it with Raz very often unless it's make or break. We're going to die if we don't. The problem here is our Spec 10 may end up dying because we're defense broken. Okay, that wasn't bad damage at all, actually. But we're just going to keep doing the same thing, okay? Just keep building souls until we have about 40 to 60, probably about 60 souls. And right here, you can just go ahead and S2 into the boss because we're still in soul building spot. This will give you some more souls. And we may end up killing this little guy first. Alright, so now we're at a point, we are taking a ton of damage, but hopefully we can heal here, and our goal is hopefully to cycle out of a lot of these debuffs. So we're just trying to take as many turns to get out of that defense break. So this will get us out of the defense break here. And then we'll just go ahead and S1. We've almost killed this first mob. Okay, we killed the first mob. That's because we landed some poisons. Now that you're to this point, you don't have to worry about the boss healing. So maybe you will kill that. I don't think I did on the other account. But now that we've gotten to this, we're just going to attack this little mob here with all of our normal attacks until we get to a point where our Spectre Tenebria can get her attack. So now we have Raz's. We still don't have Raz skill 2, so let's just go ahead and just skill 1 right here. We're also trying to time our Tamarin's transform because we're going to get an additional attack there. It is just straight bursting down the boss, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing with Banshee. Okay, exact same thing with Banshee, except Banshee is way easier than Golem. Banshee doesn't hit you for nearly the damage that it does. So from this point, let's go ahead and skill 1. Again, it's fine. But that's going to hurt pretty bad. And now we're to transform. So we're all in from this position. Now, if you look here at the bottom, we have 50 souls. Should be enough to take out most of his HP. But this might take a couple runs because Raz skill 2 is not a 100% defense break. That is the most annoying part about using Raz for content, is whenever you are trying to beat things, you're going to get screwed over a ton. So, okay, let's go ahead and skill 2 here. We got the defense break. That is all we need. As you saw, we just did a billion damage there. Right here, we're going to go ahead and skill 2. I did another 17k. We get countered, but we have immunity on everything, so it'll be fine. That just defense breaks our character. Now we're to Spectre Tenebria's turn. We soul burn all of our souls that we have into the boss, and it should be it. Okay, you might miss a crit. My Spectre Tenebria only has 94 crit or something, but right here, the boss is done. Okay, that is Golem 13. It's not too hard, but if you get an unlucky run and things aren't going super smooth, you can fail it. So Golem 13 down, we got a bunch of summons. So let's go ahead, and now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and work on our Banshee. Okay, so Banshee, we haven't even started yet. Make sure you go out, go to ongoing events, and we're going to grab our challenge rewards for beating Golem 13 one time. And we are never going to end up farming Golem. We don't need to make an actual team for it. If anything, we're going to get his gear from Rift later in the guide. I'll show you guys a Rift team. And that is where we get our Golem gear. But from now, we go back and we need to finish all these missions. So as you see, we need to get the Cold Catalyst. I already did that. Then you need to beat Banshee 7 or higher 10 times and acquire 8 Spirit Blooms. So let's go ahead and go grab the Spirit Blooms for this mission. So again, go to your Sanctuary. I do need to change these. I'm still on the 3-cost ones. But go to your Sanctuary, go to Forest of Souls, and then I'm just going to do a 10x. It's not the most efficient. You should only do 8, but for sake of the video, let's just speed run through that. And once you've done that, now that we need to beat Banshee 7 10 times, just go to battle, go through all the Banshees. Once you get to Banshee 7, auto it 10 or 9 more times after you beat it the first time. And once you've got the Vivian stages unlocked, then we'll go ahead and do the rest, okay? So I want you to make sure you go get Vivian, lock Vivian, save the Daydream Jokers if you don't have 3 maxed already, and then get Banshee up to Banshee. Once you beat that, get to Banshee, I would say 11. Just full auto up to Banshee 11. This team should beat it. If anything, maybe Banshee 10. And then from there, I'll show you the strategy. Okay, it's the same as Golem. It should be super easy. Okay, now that you guys have beaten Banshee 7, again, 10 times, you need to go in and go to your hunt challenge and finish claiming Vivian before you go any further. Okay? Once you've claimed Vivian, you'll unlock the new set of missions. And then once with these new set of missions, one of the things we're going to be doing is going into Adventure, buying 2 Catalysts, but we'll do that after. So go ahead and go back into Banshee. And now your goal is to get to Banshee 12 again, just like last time. And I'll just show beating 13. You can apply that strategy to beating both Banshee 12 and 13. Let me go ahead back into battle. Let's go to hunt. Should be on stage 8. Go through 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll meet you back here when you get to 12. You should be able to just full auto it. If you have to, stop and soul burn your character. Soul burn Spectre Tenebria. That should be all you need to do. It should be super easy. So I'll be back here once you get to Banshee 12. Okay, now that you've reached Banshee 13, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you guys how to beat it. I was able to auto all the way up to Banshee 12, but Banshee 12 I did soul burn once on Banshee 12. Okay, so you might need to soul burn one time, but just copy what I'm doing here. So you're going to utilize all your skills. You want to build up as many souls as possible getting into this fight. So go ahead and just burn all your souls, and then attack the defense broken target, obviously. With your Spectre Cerebria, it'll, you don't waste any extra damage that way. And then go ahead and use your Raz skill 3. Just build as many souls as you possibly can. The least amount of damage you do, technically, the better. So right here, if you look, you can see acquire 1 soul from this. It's the same as using a skill 1. So go ahead and do that. The dual attack just gives extra souls. Not bad. I'll S1 again. And our Spectre Cerebria will S1. So if you don't skill 3 your Spectre Cerebria, you can build a little more souls within this. But Raz will just S1, save as S2 for whenever we get into the next part of the fight. Okay, so once we get to the boss, we built about 10 souls. It's fine. Now from here, Banshee heals now. That sucks. Banshee kills you through debuffs, and she heals herself when she attacks a non-green unit. So again, these are not our final teams for this. You do not go and farm this like this. Okay, the reason we are doing this is to get the rewards for the first time, and it just feels good to beat. So by getting these rewards, it can allow us to make different options and choices on our selectors. So one of the RNG parts of the Banshee fight comes in with Raz landing his skills. Okay, Raz may not land his skills, and if he doesn't, you might have to run it again. It's a 50-50 chance for him to get them, so just be aware of that. You see here, we're taking a lot of debuffs, so we'll go ahead and do our heal. And then once we hit Banshee one time here, she's going to transform into 4 little smaller Banshees. Okay? Once she transforms, she'll hit you. You get some more debuffs on, but the nice thing is we have Tamarin set up to go next. So just go ahead and keep attacking. We're going to skill 2 on her Tier to get the AoE hit. And then right here, we'll go ahead and Tamarin transform. Okay, our goal is, again, save up as many souls, try to get the boss to a point where you can soul burn and burst it down. Banshee's a little bit harder because the heal is going to happen no matter what because we're not using grass characters. Just keep that in mind. Every time you kill one of these enemies as well, all of the other ones push up forward and attack you, landing a lot of debuffs. So having immunity, that's where Raz ends up being actually really good for this. So whenever you skill 2 with Raz, you get immunity on your highest attack character as well as Raz. So having 2 characters that you don't have to deal with getting debuffed on is fantastic. So here, 2 chances of debuffs to resist, and we resist. That's good. So that free gear does come with a decent amount of effect res. So coming in here, this will kill the last 2. Banshee comes out, attacks us again, and we take some debuffs. Okay, but from here, now we're just trying to get as much damage as we can. She will not transform again. There is a 30% HP part where she will attack us. So you have the option here. You can either just skill 2 or you can soul burn the skill 2. You may have to play around with this. When you soul burn the skill 2, it makes it where he has this every single turn, which is really nice. So for right now, let's go ahead and soul burn it. I think that'll be the most value. We missed, so I'm glad I did. So we did not get the defense break. So we'll go ahead and boost up. The more turns we take, the more chances we have to cycle out of the poisons that this is giving. When you skill 3 on Tyria, you're also getting immunity, which prevents some of the debuffs from coming on you. Now we have Spectene's turn again. She's cycled out of her debuffs. The only problem is Raz. Well, no, Raz did cycle out of his debuffs as well. So we're just going to skill 2 here, and we're going to save the rest of our souls for the rest of the fight. We got lucky and hit it, okay? Once you hit that, you basically already won, okay? If you hit it at the right time. So this was actually an unlucky time to hit that, but we got a ton of damage off that. So let's go ahead and skill 2 here. We may end up failing, actually. I shouldn't have said that because our Tenebria should die right here. Okay, our Tenebria's probably going to die right here. Does Tamarin have her skill 3? Tamarin does not have her skill 3. Our hope is that Tamarin has her skill 3 at the point that we get a bunch of debuffs on us. So right here, let's see how it goes. We're still alive, and we're still alive. Okay, Tamarin got to her skill 3. As long as you get to this point, you should just guarantee already have won. Now we'll boost up. We get attack buff on Spectre Cerebria. You have the option here. You can go ahead and soul burn and start soul burning. If you can get your Rouse to defense break before your Specteni goes, you're just immediately win. But right here, let's go ahead and skill 3, build up a little bit more souls. We get defense buff. It doesn't really help us on this fight at all. But soul burning Raz is probably overall more value than soul burning Specteni. So right here, once we get the Banshee down below this point of HP, she should hit us again. She didn't hit us again. That's actually really nice. So with skill 3, this gives immunity to Arteria. And the boss is very low. She's going to heal a little bit from this. But now we're to Specteni. We just soul burn. So you see here, we're doing quite a bit of damage. But this may take you a few runs, but this overall is easier than Golem is. But we hit that, and then our Raz should have skill 2 here. Go ahead and press that, and that is the match. There it is. So that's Banshee 13. Very, very easy. Once you clear these both one time, good to go. I'm going to show you a couple things on what you do. Obviously, go claim your bookmarks. We're going to do a little summon session again at the end of the video. You get so many summons as a new player, you never need to summon. Okay, so go ahead and claim those. Then we're going to go in here. We're going to grab our hunt challenge rewards, and we have all these summons that we can do as well. So I'm going to give you a list of things to do after we do our little summon session here. Let me grab these, and let's go do that. So summon, I do have, again, I'm going to be recording the next part of the guide right as this one finishes, so we'll go and get all our summons. But 2 ML5s in a row, by the way. So we'll skip all this, try to make it as fast as possible. The 4-star elemental bookmarks give you a higher chance to get 4 stars and 5 stars compared to any other thing. If I get a Saria right here, this is going to be hilarious and depressing at the same time. Because we just did the story summon, we basically pitied her today. We got our 120 summons instead of 121, which is really funny. Okay, so there are our regular tickets. No 5 stars from that. That's normal. But the 4-star tickets, you have a very high chance of getting a 5-star from them. Usually, averages, I feel like every kind I've ever done, there's a 5-star. Gets about 1 5-star per hunt challenge that you complete. So this is probably a Runka. A Runka isn't really usable right now. Oh, it's woo. Oh my god, this account is juiced. Never mind. I forgot Monkey King was an option. Now I can show you guys Rift. I can show you everything on this account now. I've gotten everything I could possibly need. That is so nice. Okay, so here's a 4-star most likely. Let's see. Yep, 4-star Purgus. That is so big for the guide, guys. And there's another 5-star, so 2 5 stars. Not bad, we'll take that. All right, it could be another Wukong. Get an imprint. There's Alencia. So Alencia's getting buffed. We may end up testing her out as well. This account has everything, dude. I'm so happy. The stream guide account is not this lucky. By the way, if any of you guys have been following along, it has nothing so far. So you guys, if maybe you're getting unlucky, just go look at my stream guide account and you won't feel too bad. This is the luckiest I've ever gotten during a guide series. So any of you guys that haven't gotten certain characters, you're going to be fine. We get so many selectors that your account is going to still look absolutely amazing after a short period. And the thing with luck is it comes in waves generally. So I could be getting lucky now, and I could go through a 2-week period where I just get nothing, which will suck. All right, so that is Maya. I was about to say, what Fire Knight's even in the game? 5-star? No? Okay. We got Wukong. I really don't care. That's like the last character we could possibly need for doing any kind of guide content. All right, there's a 5-star. There we go. We got one 5-star per, I think, average, because I don't know if I got any water. So Tenebria? All right, we got her Tenebria. She can be usable in PvE, and I actually do use her for PvP on the main account. But let's just chill for a second. I'm super excited we got Wukong. Now, the next things I want you to do, okay, so with the hunt challenge, I want you to go into unrecorded history, and hopefully you still have some things. If not, you need to be farming this anyway. This is the thing I want you to farm right now. Go into AP Exchange. You want to buy 2 Epic Catalysts. So for the Epic Catalyst for this, just if you can find one of the characters you know you need Epic Catalyst for them. Our Spectre Cerebria, we still need 2 for her skill ups, or 2 or 3 for her skill ups, so I'll just buy those 2. Now you're going to be getting your next Hunt Expert Challenge HP set. So this HP set, absolutely amazing for all your early game support characters. So let's go ahead and grab that. And now this is going to be our set that we're going to put on our Tamarin. Okay, or since we moved gear, this will just go on Destina. So our Tamarin is going to be our main PvE story clearer now. So let's go ahead and put the gear that we just got on our Destina. Manage equipment, and bang, 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 and bang. There we go. And then we also have a neck and ring still left over. But we should have 4 HP sets. 3 from grinding out the hunt missions. And then your 4th HP set is going to go in your Wyvern front tank. So if we come here, we can just throw those other 2 pieces. We're not going to be farming Wyvern until we get to Chapter 3, guys. For those of you guys that are wondering, why are we not doing Wyvern 13 yet? It's once we beat Chapter 3 is when we start farming Wyvern. So you also want to come in, clean up your inventory, obviously, sell all the little junk gear that you just got from doing hunts, anything below T70, immediately sell it. And then all the gear that we just got from getting Tamarin side story. A lot of that I'm just going to throw in the bin. But this is a good piece of gear. The sword is pretty solid. This ring can be okay for trying to put a destruction set piece on somebody to finish up a set. It has effectiveness, so it's going to be used for PvE, not PvP. This piece is usually pretty bad. This piece is okay. It can be a support character for PvE. Not bad. And then this piece drop from Golem. I'll level it since I have speed. We'll gamble on it. Okay, so that's everything for your gearing. So now you have your main characters here. You have your Destina. You're going to level up the gear a bit. You have your Tamarin. You have your Venture Raz. And you have your Spectre Seabear looking like this. Now you have your Free Spirit Tyria. She's going to be your unrecorded history farmer. We will not be touching the gear on her. But Chapter 3 is going to be the next goal that I want you guys to be working on, okay? So 2 things you can work on now is go in and you can go and beat your Abyss. Another thing, try to get Abyss up to floor 70, okay? Floor 70 by like day 7, you'll be fine. Floor 80, well, I've been playing it on the main account. Also, once you are rank 60, you can go in and do level 2 of Automaton Tower. You want to do this, this gives you a bunch of charms and some gold transmit stones, some sky stones. Automaton Tower resets every 2 weeks, so go in and do it. Once you hit Abyss rank or Abyss level 60, you can start with level 2 right away. So if you're already done level 1, it's fine. But if you are a new player, this is why I haven't talked about doing Automaton Tower yet, is because you wait until you get to this point. You can skip level 1 and you get better rewards for every different level going up. So the max level of this, it is where we get most of, honestly, it's where I get almost, I'd say half my charms as an in-game player, it feels like. So now that we've done all that, obviously do your guild stuff, do your dailies. So I want you to go into arena, and then I want you to finish and get up to gold. So your story clearing team of Raz, Tamarin, or Raz Destina preferably, if you can get the gear level, then Spectre Seabear, Free Spirit Tyria is going to be your team for pushing arena. So if you look here, we're currently silver 2. After my 10 fights, I should be close, but I might use Sky Stones just to get to gold for next video. Okay, it's one thing to do. Another thing that you can go do is go clear all of chapter 2. Okay, so chapter 2, yes, we beat the final boss, but if you look at chapter 2 here, we have a bunch of different things we can go complete. So fully max out every stage. This is going to give you a ton of sky stones if you haven't done that yet. You don't need to buy any gear from this, but just go get all the sky stones. And another thing with chapter 2 that I want you to be working on is going to be the adventure for new heirs. You need to buy things with your action points, meaning you want to go through and buy all the Breath of Orbises available. Once you buy all the Breath of Orbises, you're going to be getting a ton of charms, some gold, and finishing up that. That's the last batch of missions for that. So go in, complete all of this, and then also to finish up the rest of it, go through, buy all the, go to AP Exchange, buy all of these, okay, all the Breath of Orbises, and then once you do that, you can just buy some catalysts, but you need to spend enough AP from this to finish up those missions and the thing I just showed you. Okay, that is one of the main things you'd be working on. But past that, our next goals with the guide, we're going to obviously make sure we finish all of this. The next thing is reforge one piece of equipment. So I will show you guys that. And honestly, anything you have, if you have a single piece of Wyvern gear or anything from when you farmed, you can reforge it. But typically on day 6 or day 7, we get a free piece of gear that's really good. So this is rolling okay for now. If you're not curious on gear, it's a defense set piece, so it's not very good. It's not very good. We're just going to go ahead and scrap it. I probably will not be reforging a piece of gear until day 7, so just know that I probably won't finish these. All we're getting is a Moonlight Summon, and we're getting some Ologoras, and this is a 5-star hero ticket. But let's just wait till day 7 to finish this. Next is the Hero's Path missions. If you do have a piece of gear, go ahead and do it. If you think it's good, reforging piece of gear doesn't matter. You're going to end up reforging any piece of gear you end up using in the game. So that is the missions there. Next up, adventure. I'm going to want you guys to start getting into going and doing adventure 3. So going into adventure 3, these stages take forever. And they also have new challenges whenever you come into this where you have to use one of each element depending on the thing. So the team that I use to go through this, that is the safest, super slow, is this team. You can use this team to beat every single stage in chapter 3. Okay, it's slow, but we have 2 fires and a grass. There is the option of, if you have Brieg though, from this point, maybe you start with Brieg. You can put Brieg there, but having a water, grass, and fire character would be the best thing you can do, because then you'll 3-star every stage. You don't need to though. You can come back and beat them. But this team right here with the 3 free gear sets and then Spectennial free gear will beat it. At the beginning, for the first few chapters, if you want to just do this, you will be fine. This will clear things quicker. But if you want safety, any fight you start struggling on, always default to the tank, double soul weaver, single damage dealer team. That is the safest thing you can do. But other than that, that's all I got for this video. I don't think I can think of anything else. Day 6, I'll cover tomorrow. But the biggest things I want you to do is go try to clean up chapter 2 if you can, and then maybe start pushing some of chapter 3, and then I will be showing chapter 3 tomorrow. I'll be showing who to pick from Moonlight Blessing 2, so get this, and you can do your final summon on her. And I'll show you who the next one you're going to be doing. Another thing you can do is farm unrecorded history stage 30. You need a bunch of stigma, again, because we have to buy all these tickets. Okay, and when you come in, watch these. Just skip through all the stories. You can't skip through them. You have to like click on the screen as fast as you can if you don't care about the story, or you can read it. Some of the stories are probably pretty good. So go through all of these, and again, you need a ton of gold for this. So farm some unrecorded history, get some stigma, trade it for penguins, sell the penguins, get your gold. That's it for this one. I will see you all in part 6 of the guide tomorrow. Alright guys, what is up? It's Mitch or Deity, and we are starting day 6 of the guide. So I'm going to go ahead and do my summons. I'm going to go farm a little bit after I do this, and there's a couple things I need to complete before we get into the guide. But getting in, the first thing I want you to do every day is make sure you do your dailies for this. Okay, so my dailies are left over from the last video we made, but do your dailies for this. Do all of them. So I need to do daily covenant one time, which we're about to do. But we've gotten 2 ML5s back-to-back days from this, so let's see if we can get lucky again. Camilla, that's fine. Dang, I saw the spark before it went. So I don't think these can spook. Like, what I mean by that is if it shows a 4-star, you're guaranteed getting a 4-star whenever the books is here, and like this can never be anything more than a 3-star. Regular summons can show and start as a 3-star and then trick you into becoming a 4 or 5-star. But with these, they're kind of just set. We are getting extra of these summons. Any of you guys that are playing at the time, this character's really good for some PV content. So no Moonlight 5-star today. Shoot. Unlucky, guys. So that's fine. I've gotten 2. I love this account, though. This account's going to be so fun to play through. So we do have another Midnight Summon. We're going to do our dailies. That's all we got for summons today. So skip this. We got nothing. And then we go again. And it looks like we got nothing again. Yep. Nothing. Oh, we got Wondrous Potion Vial. This is what I was talking about, is best in slot artifact on your Tamarin. So we'll probably go ahead and go put her on that. Now from here, grab these and let's do 1 Moonlight Summon, and then I'll pause the video and we'll come back once we get into what you're going to be working on today with the guide. Moonlight 5 maybe? Nope. Darn. Airwell. Okay, that's fine. Now that you've done all these summons, again, go clean up your hero inventory, save 1 of every character, feed your duplicate characters into each other. How I do that is sort by name. Go through, clean all your stuff up. You've done these summons, and then when I come back, let's start grinding out what we need to do for day 6.